Shalom and welcome to chapter 10 where we're looking at Hebrew pronouns. Now in this chapter we're going to look at three things. Number one, we're going to identify and translate Hebrew independent pronouns. We're going to look at independent pronouns. And number two, we're going to tell and translate Hebrew relative pronouns. And lastly, we're going to translate simple Hebrew phrases and sentences using the pronouns and the relative pronoun that we would have covered. So this is what we're going to look at in chapter 10. We're going to look at the independent pronoun, the relative pronoun, and some translations. Let's get started. Now, what is a pronoun? Pronouns are simply words that replace or emphasize a noun. These are words like I, you, he, we. All these are pronouns. They emphasize or replace a noun. For example, instead of saying Karen laughed, you're going to say she laughed. Instead of saying the book fell, you're going to say it fell. Instead of saying the book is on the floor, you're going to say it's on the floor. So these are pronouns. And in Hebrew, there are different types of pronouns. We have personal pronouns. We have demonstrative pronouns, which we have already covered. We have interrogative pronouns, which we have already covered. We have relative pronoun, the one that we're going to cover in this chapter. But for now, we're going to start by looking at independent personal pronouns. This chapter is basically about independent personal pronouns. Now we'll start by looking at English pronouns. And in English, just like in Hebrew, pronouns have three things. They have person, gender, and number. A pronoun has person, gender, and number. Now we've already seen what gender and number mean in Hebrew. So you may be wondering, what does person mean? Person simply refers to who is speaking, who is being spoken to, and who is being spoken about. Hebrew, just like English, has three persons. It has first person, the one speaking. This is a pronoun like I or we. It has second person, the one being spoken to. This is a pronoun like you. It has third person, the one being spoken about. This is a pronoun like he or she or they. So there are three persons in Hebrew. You have the first person, the second person, and the third person. Those are the three persons that you're going to find in Hebrew, just like in English. And so when you talk about person, person tells us who is involved. First person refers to the speaker, second person refers to the one spoken to, and the third person refers to the one being spoken about. So let's look at English independent pronouns. Now as you can see on the screen, there are three persons. You have first person, you have second person, and you have third person. In the first person, you have the pronoun I or me, and in the plural you have we or us. In the second person, person being spoken to, you have you, and in the plural you have you. Or in some other translations you see ye. In the third person you have he or she. In the plural you have they. Alright, so let's look at how we can say these pronouns in Hebrew. Let's look at Hebrew personal pronouns. Now here's a paradigm for the Hebrew personal pronouns. And as we said, we are looking at the independent pronouns. And you may be wondering, why are they called independent pronouns? In Hebrew, words are like families. Some live alone, and these are called independent. If you're talking about pronouns, they're called independent pronouns. And others live together as couples, and these are called pronominal suffixes. That simply means they are attached to words. So those that are not attached are called independent pronouns, and those that are attached are called pronominal suffixes. We're going to look at pronominal suffixes in our next chapter, but for now, we're looking at independent personal pronoun. And as we said, these are those that are not attached to words but stand alone. We're going to understand all this as we look at examples. Now remember, pronouns have person, gender, and number. So let's look at the paradigm. On the paradigm, you have person here, you have first, second, third. Those are persons. And then next to those, you have gender. Common simply means the pronoun can be used on masculine or feminine nouns. So what is common can be used for any of the genders. But otherwise, under there you have masculine pronouns, those that are used on masculine nouns, and you have feminine pronouns, those that are used on feminine nouns. So for Hebrew, pronouns have to match with the subject they refer to in gender and number. And that is why the gender is separate. We have those that are used on masculine and those that are used on feminine. And on top there you have number, you have singular pronouns, and you have plural pronouns. All right, let's go through the paradigm. If you want to say I in Hebrew, you say ani. So if you want to say I in Hebrew, you say ani, or you say anoki. So there are two forms. Some of them have two forms. Two forms simply means two spellings. Sometimes you're going to see ani, sometimes you'll see anoki. And so anoki means I, ani means I. In the second person singular, you have ata, ata. And if you still remember our greeting, you can know this one. We looked at, for example, the greeting, mashlomech, which means how are you? And we say the response to that is tov, tov toda, which means fine, thank you. And if you want to say how about you or and you say we ata, ata means you. So ata means you. So in the second person masculine, you have ata, and ata means you. In the third person masculine, you have who. Who means he, who means he. In the third person feminine, you have he. So masculine as who, feminine as he. And he means she. He means she or it. So on who and he, let me give you a hint on how you can know this. How you can know who and he easily. Here is a hint. Who is he and he is she. Alright? You have who is he and he is she. You need to know that phrase. That phrase is going to help you to know this. Who is he and he is she. Who means he in Hebrew and he means she. So who is he and he is she. That's going to help you a lot. In the plural, you have anachnu. Anachnu. Anachnu means we. Anachnu means we. So if you want to say I, you say ani. If you want to say we, you say anachnu. Anachnu. In the second masculine plural, you have the pronoun atem. Atem means you all. Atem means you all. Second feminine plural, you have aten. On top, you have atem. This one is aten. Atem, aten. Aten means you all. Remember, second person is translated as you. So it can be you all or just you. In most English Bibles, you're going to see just you. So you. Whether second person singular or second person plural, it's translated as you. You. In English, it's just one word, but in Hebrew, there are different words depending on the gender and the number. And aten means you. It means you. Third masculine plural, you have two forms. You have hem, which means they, and you have hema, hema, which means they. So there are two spellings. You have hem, which means they, and you have hema, which means they. Sometimes you're going to see hem, sometimes you're going to see hema. This is third person masculine plural. Third person masculine plural. Third person feminine plural, you have hen. Hen. Hen means they. Again, there are two spellings. Hen means they, and henna means they. So masculine plural has hem and hema. Feminine plural has hen and henna. So you have hem, hema, hen, henna. All of them are translated as they. Again, in English, it's one word, similar word, same word. But in the Hebrew uses different pronouns based on the gender of the noun, and so it separates the gender. Each gender has its own pronoun that it uses. So you can see that the second person has masculine and feminine, the third person has masculine and feminine. The common only has one form in the singular and one form in the plural. And so let's just go through together. You can be repeating after me. You have ani, anoki, ata, ate, hu, he, anachnu, anachnu, atem, atem, aten, aten, hem, hema, hem, hema, hen, henna, hen, henna. So this is a paradigm for the independent personal pronouns. This paradigm is very, very important for you to know it. I want to say this. This paradigm is very, very important in Hebrew. If there's a paradigm that is more important, it's this one in Hebrew. Because from this, the nouns are going to use this paradigm. The verbs are going to use this paradigm. Even the adjectives are going to use this paradigm. This paradigm is very important for you to know it. If you don't know this paradigm, you're going to have challenges where we're headed. So take time to know it and know what it means. Take time to know it and know what the Hebrew pronouns mean. So ani, I, ata, you, ate, you, who, he, she. Who is he? He is she. Anachnu, we. Atem, you. Aten, you. Remember, second person, both singular and plural, is just translated as you. Hem, they. Hema, they. Hen, they. Henna, they. You must know this paradigm by heart. Must know this paradigm by heart. Let's look at how it works. Let's look at examples of pronoun usage. Examples of some phrases translate. First one, you have the phrase ani Yahweh. Ani Yahweh. Remember, ani is on the first person common singular. First person common singular. So when you're passing or telling us about the pronoun, you first start by telling us the person, then the gender, and then the number. First person common singular. So ani means I. Ani means I. Yahweh means Lord. Lord in capital, Yahweh means Lord. So ani Yahweh. The translation is I Yahweh. But when you're translating, you're going to supply the word is or was or are, depending on the context. So in this case, literally it means I, Lord. But the translation is I am the Lord. Remember, Yahweh is a proper noun, so you're going to add the definite article, I am the Lord. I am the Lord. Next phrase, Hu Navi Tzaddik. Hu Navi Tzaddik. Who, remember, who is he? So, who is he? Navi is prophet. So, Navi is prophet. Tzaddik. Tzaddik means righteous. Tzaddik means righteous. So, the translation is, he is a righteous prophet. Navi is singular, so you say, he is a righteous prophet. If you're talking about a singular noun, it's a. He is a righteous prophet. Unless if it has a definite article. He is a righteous prophet. Next phrase we have Ata Melech Tov. Ata Melech Tov. Now Ata means you. Melech means king. Tov means good. And Tov is an adjective, it's modifying Melech. So Ata means you, so it's you are a good king. Again, you are going to supply the word are, so you say you are a good king. Next phrase you have, He Isha Chakama. He Isha Chakama. He Isha Chakama. Chakama means wise. That's an adjective. It means wise. Isha means woman, a woman. He is she. Remember, who is he and he is she? The pronoun he means she. So the translation is, she is a wise woman. She is a wise woman. Isha is woman. Chakama is wise. The adjective is modifying the noun Isha, woman. So she is a wise woman. Last example we have Atem Ba'ir Hagdolah. Atem Ba'ir Hagdolah. Atem is you. Atem is you. Atem is second masculine plural. This is the plural of Ata. So Atem is you. Ba'ir has two things. It has the noun Ir, which means city. Ir is city. And Ba has two things. It has a preposition be. Be means in. and the definite article there, ha. So the definite article has been swallowed by the preposition. So you have ba'ir, which means in the city, in the city. Ba'ir is in the city. Hagdola from the adjective gadol. Gadol means great. Hagdola is now in the feminine singular. So Hagdola means the great, modifying the word city. The literal translation is you are in the city, Ba'ir, in the city, the great, Hagdola, the great. In English, when you bring that in English, it becomes you are in the great city. You are in the great city. Again, it calls for you to know what we've looked at in the past. We looked at adjectives, and adjectives are going to be very used as we move forward. And so you need to know what we've covered in the past for you to progress smoothly. Let's look at more examples. We have the first phrase, a bit similar to the previous one. The first phrase says, Ani Navi Sadiq. Ani Navi Sadiq. Now, Ani means I. Navi means prophet. Sadiq means righteous. So, I, a prophet, righteous. I, a prophet, righteous. I am a righteous prophet. I am a righteous prophet. I am a righteous prophet. Next phrase we have He, Haisha, Hachama, Hasadika. So let's look at what we have here. He means she. Remember, who is he and he is she. Haisha has two things, definite article ha, the. Isha means woman, the woman. And then you have Hachama. Hachama has two things, definite article ha and Hachama, which means wise, And the last word you have Hasadika. That's three things. We is conjunction and ha is definite article there. Sadika is righteous. Sadika is righteous. It has taken the feminine ending because it's modifying. This is an adjective. It's modifying Isha, and Isha is feminine. Hachama is feminine also. That a ending also modifying Isha, which means woman. So the two last adjectives are modifying Isha. Don't forget about the adjectives. And so how do you translate this phrase? The translation is, she is the wise and righteous woman. She is the wise and righteous woman. So most of the times adjectives are going to be at the end. Most of the times adjectives are going to be after the noun that they modify. Immediately after the noun that they modify. Unless there's a construct. But most of the times, adjectives are going to be immediately after the noun that they modify. Next phrase we have Hem ha'anashim ha'arayim. So Hem ha'anashim ha'arayim. Hem means they. It's third masculine plural. It means they. Ha'anashim. Anashim means men. It's a plural of ish. Singular is ish. In the plural, it's irregular, anashim. So here you have ha'anashim, which means the men. Harayim, ra means evil. But since it's modifying a plural noun, anashim is plural, it means men. So even the adjective is going to take plural endings because the adjective has to agree with the noun in gender, number, and definiteness. So here you have Raim, modifying Anashim. So Raim means the evil or the wicked. So Hem Ha'anashim Ha'araim. The translation is, they are the wicked men. Raim, Anashim, wicked men. So they, Hem, they are the wicked men. Next phrase, Hu Hashofet Hayasha. Hu Hashofet Hayasha. Hu Hashofet Hayasha. How do you translate that? Who, remember, who means he. Hashofet, you have two things. The definite article ha. Shofet means judge. Shofet means judge. Hayasha, we looked at this adjective in the previous. Hayasha means upright. Yasha means upright. Ha means there. So Yasha means upright. So translation is, he is the upright judge. He is the upright judge. The last phrase we have, Anachnu ba'ir hagdola. Anachnu ba'ir hagdola. Gdola comes from Gado. Gado means great. But because it's modifying ear, and ear means city, and city is feminine in Hebrew. So it's going to take feminine ending, Gdola, modifying ear, city. So, great city. But then on city you have ba, which is the preposition be, which means in, plus the swallowed up definite article. So you have in the city, ba'ir. Anachnu means we. It's in the plural. It's a plural of I. Anachnu. Plural of ani. Ani, anachnu. Ani, anachnu. How to translate this phrase is going to be, we are in the great city. We are in the great city. Anachnu, we are in the great city. Let's move on. Let's look at examples that are found in the Bible. Just phrases that you can find in the Bible. Genesis 17 verse 1, we have the first one. Ani El Shaddai. Ani El Shaddai. El Shaddai is a title. It's not translated. That's the title of God. Ani El Shaddai. So the translation is, I am El Shaddai. Second example is from Judges 13 verse 16. And we have this phrase, Ki malach Yahweh hu. Ki malach Yahweh hu. Ki malach Yahweh hu. Ki means because, ki means for. If you remember the vocabulary, we looked at this word. Ki means for, or it means because. And sometimes it means that. Depending on the context, especially in the Bible, sometimes you're going to see it translated as that. Malach means angel. Malach means angel. Yahweh, Yahweh is Lord. Who is he? So translation is, because he was the angel of the Lord. Now you may be wondering, where is of coming from? You have a construct. Malach is angel, a noun, and the next word is also a noun, Yahweh. Malach, Yahweh, angel of the Lord. Remember, construct is when you have two nouns side by side. The first one is construct, and the next one is absolute. So it's this of this. Malach of Yahweh, angel of the Lord. And because Lord is a proper noun, it's going to be there, the angel of the Lord. For he was the angel of the Lord, or that was the angel of the Lord, depending on context. Next example is Genesis 13 verse 8. Genesis 13 verse 8, we have this phrase, Ki anashim achim anaknu. Ki anashim achim anaknu. Ki means for. It means because, or it means for. Anashim means men. So, for men, achim comes from the word ach, and ach means brother. Now, achim is a plural. It means brothers. It's now in the plural. That im ending means plural, masculine plural. So you have achim, brothers. Anachnu is we. So you have for, anashim, men, achim, brothers, anachnu, we. So the translation is, for we are men who are brothers. For we are men who are brothers. Literal translation is, for we are men, brothers. But English doesn't make sense, so you're going to say, for we are men who are brothers. For we are men who are brothers. Next phrase is Genesis 3 verse 14. Ki asita zod aru ata. Ki asita zod aru ata. Zod means this. You remember demonstrative pronoun? This. Zod, this. So whatever we looked at in the past is now going to be referred to, is now going to be used. So ki means because, or it means for. Asita Now, asita, you may be wondering, where is asita coming from? We have looked at the verb asa. Asa means he did or he made. So, asita means you did. Zot, this. Zot means this. Aru, you remember this? Aru means cast. Ata means you. So, you are cast. So, how do you translate this? The translation is, because you did this, you are cast, or cast are you. That's how you translate this phrase. Aru ata, you are cast are you. Let's move on. Let's look at relative pronoun. Let's look at the relative pronoun. Now, the Hebrew relative pronoun is the word asher, asher. And asher means who or whom or which or that. If you want to say who in Hebrew, you're going to use the word asher. This is not more like the interrogative that we looked at. This simply means who. For example, if you want to say, this is the man who gave the tithe, you're going to say, this is the man asher gave the tithe. This is very common to find in the Tanakh, and so it's important for us to go through. Asher means who, which, that, depending on the context. Let's look at some examples. First phrase, we have Ha'ish asher albeit yourself. Ha'ish asher albeit yourself. Ha'ish asher albeit yourself. How do you translate that? Ha'ish means the man. Asher means who. Ha'ish, the man who. Albeit, al means over. Al means over. We have looked at this when we looked at prepositions. So, Ha'ish asher, the man who, over, beit. Beit is in the construct. You can see the serayot. Beit is in the construct. It means house of. Beit means house of. So it's beit yourself. House of yourself. Yourself, you can tell, yourself means Joseph. So the literal translation is this: the man who over house of Joseph. And this in English is going to be translated as the man who was over Joseph's house, or the man who was over the house of Joseph. The man who was over the house of Joseph. So again, vocabulary is very important for you to know. Next phrase we have Levat Paro asher lakach Shelomo. Levat Paro asher lakach Shelomo. How to translate this? And so here you have a construct. Bat is in construct because you have a noun here. Bat is a noun. And the next word is also a noun. Paro. Paro means Pharaoh. Paro is a Hebrew word for Pharaoh. So you have bat, daughter, next noun, Pharaoh. Daughter, Pharaoh. That in Hebrew is construct. Daughter of Pharaoh. The first one is construct. The next one is absolute. So this of this. Daughter of Pharaoh. Daughter of Pharaoh. Asher, who, lakach Shelomo. Lakach means he married. Who married? Shelomo. Shelomo means Solomon. Shelomo means Solomon. So, daughter of Pharaoh, Asher, who he married Solomon. Who Solomon married. Le, levav. Le in this case is translated as for. And this is what Hebrew does. Hebrew translates certain words depending on the context. So context is very important to know. So in this case, you have for Pharaoh's daughter, or for the daughter of Pharaoh. For the daughter of Pharaoh, whom Asher, whom Solomon married. So how do you translate this? For the daughter of Pharaoh, whom Solomon married. Whom Solomon married. Lakach literally means to take or to marry. To take or to marry. So in this case, it means to marry. Next phrase, how to translate this phrase? The phrase is Im ha'isha asher ahav. Im ha'isha asher ahav. How to translate this? Remember, asher means who. It means who or that or which, depending on the context. Im is a preposition. Remember, on the prepositions, im means with. It means with. Im ha'isha. Ha'isha means the woman. Remember, isha can mean woman or wife. Ha'isha, the woman or the wife, depending on the context. The woman asher who ahav means he loved, he loves. So im with the isha, the wife or the woman, with the wife, asher who he loves. So with the wife whom he loves, with the wife whom he loves. And you can see that asher has no paradigm. It's the same for both masculine or feminine. Asher is just one form for the singular and the plural for the masculine or the feminine. That's one thing that is encouraging. You don't have to master any paradigm, just one form, asher, and it means who or which or that. All right, let's look at chapter 10 vocabulary. Let's look at words that you need to know for chapter 10. Let's look at the nouns. The first noun we have bama, bama. Bama means high place. It means shrine. It means high place. Dam, dam means blood. Dam means blood. Zahav, zahav means God. Zahav means God. Kharev, kharev. Kharev means sword. Kharev means sword. Yamin, yamin means right hand. It means right hand or south. Yamin means right hand. Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim means Jerusalem. Yerushalayim means Jerusalem. Let's move on. Then we have Yisrael. Yisrael. Yisrael means Israel. Israel means Israel. Next we have Keli. Keli. Keli means vessel. It means utensil or vessel. Next we have Moab. Moab. Moab means Moab. Moab means Moab. Next you have the word Panim. Panim. Panim means face or surface. Panim means face or surface. Next you have Sidon. Sidon means Sidon. Sidon means Sidon. Next you have Rov. Rov. Rov means great number, abundance or great number. Next you have Shekets. Shekets. Or another form is Shikuts. This can be Shekets or Shikuts. And this means abomination. Shekets. Abomination. Detestable idol. Abomination. Then you have verbs, and under verbs you have only one verb. Bana. Bana. Bana means he built. He built. And then you have pronouns. Pronouns, you only have the relative pronoun, the one that we've looked at, and you must know it. Asher. Asher. It means who or whom or which or that. Depending on the context, it means whom or who or which or that. Who or whom or which or that. Asher. Then we have conjunctions. On the conjunctions we have or means or. And then we have im. Im means if. It means if. Now this looks like im that we looked at, the preposition im, which means with, but there are differences. This is im, which means if. And then we have af. Af. Af means also. Conjunction af means also. And then we have ka'ashe. Ka'ashe. Ka'ashe means as. It means as or when or according to. As or according to. And then we have ki. Ki means that. That or because. Remember we looked at this one? Ki means that or because or for. Ki means that or for or because or when or even, depending on the context. So this is very common to find, and so you need to know these translations, especially the first three. It means that or because or for. Ki. That or because or for. So these are the words that you find in chapter 10. You must know them by heart. Go through them, write them on pieces of paper as you are walking, as you are seated. When you're in the office, know these words until you know them by heart. Remember, practice, practice, practice. Later out.